in that process. It's seeing yourself continuously doing your skills whilst you're not actually able to do your skills. And one thing that's really beneficial is using whatever time you want to invest into it. 1 minute is better than no minutes, and 10 minutes is better than 1 minute. So it's, again, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lewis Hatchett, mindset mental performance coach, also former professional cricketer. That is the sport of cricket in the UK or around the world. Also a master's student in performance psychology at Bangor University. I'm host of the Raising Your Game podcast and creator of the Mind Strong Sport app. Today, we are talking about one of the best techniques, mental techniques for athlete success. It is something that some of the best athletes do around the world. One that they have said has brought them some of their biggest successes. They've used before those successes, those big matches, those big moments that's really helped them be the athlete and at the level they're at. And it's something that is a personal favorite of mine. And the reason being is it costs absolutely nothing to do. It's really easy to do. And there's no real equipment that's required. So what is it? It's visualization. We're going to go through what are some of the benefits of visualization, going to talk about the components of visualization and how you can set up a visualization practice yourself. All right, let's get into it. Don't forget to like this video if you find any value from it, subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the channel, also hit the bell so that you get notified when another video is posted and you become one of the first people to know when that happens. Let's get going. All right, some of the benefits of visualization. First up, we have improved skill acquisition and technique. This is basically when you're learning a skill, when you're trying to develop something. So you might be learning to throw a ball in a certain way. You might be learning to kick a ball in a certain way. You are visualizing the process of doing that skill. So as you're trying to learn it, you might see it. You might maybe see someone else do it. And then you can start to visualize yourself doing it, running yourself through the movements. Maybe you've practiced it. And then in your time between practice sessions, you're actually visualizing doing it again. And that's enhancing your ability to acquire that skill and develop that skill and maybe even hone the technique, get even more precise, get even more skilled in that technique. Something that I did personally was I saw other people's techniques and skills that they had. I would see them do it. I would then go and visualize me doing it through the way they'd done it. And then I would go to training and do it myself. And it really helped improve it. There's studies to show that visualization can improve skill acquisition and your technique. So it was something that I actually felt myself doing. And so if you're trying to develop a new skill, don't just think that once you've come off the practice field that you are done practicing it. You can continue practicing it in your mind using something like visualization. The other and probably the most important one for all of us when we're thinking about visualization is enhancing our performance and probably our confidence along with it. So we want to have good performances. That's why most of the best athletes in the world will visualize. People will want to bring out their best performance. It's all about trying to be confident in that performance. And so visualizing that performance beforehand is a great way of enhancing your ability to go out and do it because you feel like you've been there before. You've just got to repeat that process again. It gives you confidence to say that, okay, I've seen it in my mind, so I can go out there and do it again. And ultimately, that's what we want. We want to just get a great performance by knowing, okay, this is the steps I'm going to take. I've seen myself do it. I've run through the process of going through it in my mind. And now when I'm at the event, it's not that daunting because I've been there before. Oh, look, there's the stands. Oh, look, there's the pool that I'm about to dive in. There's the track. There's the opposition that I've been visualizing about. They're not a surprise. Nothing really catches you off guard. It doesn't increase your anxiety because you've been there before. You've seen it. And so you feel confident you can deal with it and handle it moving forward. So enhancing our performance is pretty much our number one reason why we might visualize. But there's another one, which is injury rehabilitation and recovery. I've been injured so many times in my career, more times than I care to count. And one thing that's really beneficial is using visualization in that process. It's seeing yourself continuously doing your skills whilst you're not actually able to do your skills. There is no doubt that whilst you're injured, you're going to digress in all of your skills, right? You're going to atrophy in your skills. You're going to lose a bit of that ability. But if you can visualize, if you can see yourself doing the skills, if you can see yourself doing your performances, you just maybe buffer the amount that you lose when you come back when you're fully fit. So being able to do that. And also as a bit of a motivation thing, whilst you're recovering, just seeing yourself performing can be quite helpful. Some people might see it as a bit annoying because you're not actually able to go do it, but you're injured, you're stuck in that position. So why not buffer the amount of skills that you're going to lose by practicing it in your mind over and over again? So I think it's a really handy thing when you're injured to not think that, okay, just because I'm not playing the sport, I'm not doing the action, doesn't mean I can't practice it in my mind and think about it over and over again, so that when the day comes, I'm fit to go, I'm ready to go, and I'm feeling like I've never left. What are the components of visualization? Well, there's a few. So we're going to go through point of view, speed, outcome visualization, process visualization, and the positives and negatives visualizations. So the point of view is just simply the perspective that you're seeing the actual image from. Are you seeing it from first person view? Are you seeing it from side on? Are you seeing it from behind? Are you seeing it from up above on a sort of a third person view? What is the way in which you're looking at the image? So think about what that looks like. Some people just think of it being in first person, so it's almost as if you can see it through your eyes and you're seeing that performance there. But it might be as if you're watching yourself on TV and you're seeing yourself do the movements. Then you want to think about the speed at which you're performing it. How fast are you performing it? Is it almost like a slow-mo action? Can you see yourself doing all the real detailed movements and everything there? Or is it in normal speed? Is it maybe sped up? What speed is that image and that kind of video in your mind, that film in your mind going at, so that you get an idea of really how it looks? All of these are just adding in detail. Visualization is built. So point of view and speed, they're two components. The other is it an outcome visualization? Are you visualizing the outcome of your skill, your result, your performance? Maybe you're seeing yourself win the race. Maybe you're seeing yourself scoring a home run in baseball. Maybe you're seeing yourself complete that pass in American football, shooting a free throw in basketball. Whatever it might be, are you seeing the outcome, the result that you're looking for in the visualization? Or are you looking at the process, the things that you're doing in order to get the outcome? It could be in the free throw. It could be placing the hand on the ball. It could be the height of your arms. It could be the feeling of your feet on the floor. It could be the bend in the knees. It could be the swing of a golf club if you're a golfer, the movement of your hands, where your feet are, where your hips are, all of the different processes that you are trying to execute. If you've built a process in your sport as a part of your pre-performance routine, this is really valuable and really helpful for you being able to go through those processes in a visualization. You're seeing yourself do it before you actually have to do it. And the last bit is positive and negatives. We all might start to think of visualization as just being about the positives, all the good things that we want to happen. So the outcomes that we want going our way, the processes that we do going our way and achieving them and having positive outcomes. But having negative visualizations can be just as beneficial. And it's one that I did over and over again. People like Michael Phelps have publicly spoken about how they would go through negative outcomes and they would visualize bad things happening to prepare themselves and have a positive effect on their performance. They might think about their wetsuit ripping. You might think about their goggles coming off as he dives into the pool. Things that you don't want to happen, you actually visualize them happening so that you feel prepared and even plan what you're going to do when they happen. So if your goggles come off when you dive in the pool, how are you going to respond? If you get a rip in the suit before you go into the pool, okay, just grab another suit. All these different negative outcomes that possibly could happen, you visualize them and you think about what you would do if you face them. So it's not just about positives, it's about negatives as well. All right, so those are some of the components, the benefits of visualization. How do we start a visualization practice? First off, it's kind of like a meditation, and you want to think about it like sitting down and the position you're getting into. It could be sitting, standing, walking, but there are many people that will just want to sit, be in a quiet space, but you can do this standing up. You could do it walking around. Many athletes actually start their visualization process maybe in the space that they're in, and location is a big part. So it doesn't necessarily have to just be a quiet space. It could be in the setting or on the day of the event. You might actually be in the arena. You can see MMA fighters walking around the ring, seeing themselves doing the moves that they're going to do and the striking that they're going to have in the fight that's coming up. You might see rugby players going out onto the pitch, especially fly halves, looking at where they might kick the ball from in the ground, getting the full visual effect of the arena that they're in, the stadium that they're going into, the environment that they're in, and then visualizing themselves executing the skills, their processes, getting the outcomes that they want. And all of it can be done either beforehand, on the day. I used to turn up to matches at the venue before a game and I would be able to visualize myself execute my skills the day before. I would take time to soak in the surroundings, look at the environment, and then visualize that performance. If you don't have that opportunity, but you know where you're playing, try to imagine yourself being in that environment. Can you start to place yourself in it in an imaginary context? Just by doing that, that is going to give you some form of benefit, hopefully in making you feel like it's not as daunting when you turn up, because you feel like I've been there before, I've been in that surroundings. But if you do get the opportunity to be in the stadium, actually in the setting that you're going to be in, it's a great place to start. And then finally, time. You can do this. It can maybe take a minute, but sometimes you can be up to 10 minutes, maybe more. More repetition that you can give this, the stronger you're going to make the neural connections in your mind. So you can dedicate as much time as you want to for something like this. It can be as detailed as it needs to be, but maybe it is just dependent on the situation you're in. So if you are turning up on the day, you might give it a minute. You might give it or so if you're really in a rush. But if it's the night before and maybe a few days before, you might really set some time aside to put in some effort into this visualization and spend a good 10, 15 minutes on it and really work through that deep, detailed visualization of whatever version you're going through, whether it's the outcome, the process, a negative visualization, whatever it might be. Whatever time you want to invest into it, 1 minute is better than no minutes, and 10 minutes is better than 1 minute. So it's, again, just about repetition and putting in as much practice as you want. The more practice you put in, the better you're going to be at it, and hopefully the better results you're going to get, and the more confident you're going to feel. You're going to hopefully reduce that anxiety, feel more confident in your performances. All right, there we go. But if you want something to help you out with your visualization, then try downloading the MindStrong Sport app. We have visualizations as meditations. We also have mindset courses, exercises there to help you develop your mental game as an athlete. It is the mental gym that you can go into to build your mental strength on and off the field. You can download it via the iOS and Android app stores. Click the link in the description of this video to get started today. All right, that's everything I've got. If you're like me and you like visualization, let me know in the comments. Give it a thumbs up. If there's maybe a visualization that you've loved and you've tried, let us know in the comments. But we just want to hear from you. And I know that visualization has helped me in my professional career, so I really recommend it. There are athletes that I've worked with that recommend it and use it over and over again. And if it's good enough for some of the best athletes in the world, then it's going to be good enough for you and I. So give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, click the bell so you don't miss out on any new videos. One thing I didn't mention is that visualization is amazing for dealing with performance under pressure. But I also did a video on 6 training strategies that you can use to help improve your performance under pressure. And to watch that, you want to click on this video right now.